You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. Not midweek news. Almost said it. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Mine was okay. To do a little escort today. Made a little extra money. That's always a good thing. I did run into the box. He's still ugly. He's still planning on Skyping in. Since he got married, he moved a little farther away. I mean, I can't blame him. I mean, it's a good, 35 miles in each direction. It's a lot to drive during the week. So, hopefully we'll get that part situated. He won't be in this Wednesday because he's got to work. So, we'll see. I don't know if it's days or nights. We'll get the housekeeping out the way. If anybody likes good premium cigars, go to mypatriotcigars.com, mypatriotcigars.com. Use the promo code MotorCop15. You'll get 15% off your order. If you order $100 or more, you will get free shipping. They're a good cigar. If anybody wants any merchandise, stickers, t-shirts, different stuff, you can go to the Etsy store and check that out, or you can go to the website motorcopchronicles.com and they have links to the website and all the other stuff. If you want extra episodes, videos, lives, pictures, text, you can join the Patreon, get all that extra stuff. If you can't afford it, understand. Still gonna keep putting out the free stuff also. Speaking of the Patreons, we're gonna shout out the crew members. We got Mr. John DeMink. I'm thinking I'm saying that right. We got Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. We got T-Bird. We got Mr. Jim P., our race car driving friend from the Short Track Guys podcast. Our truck driving friend, Mr. Hoppy Hoppison. We got Blake Walker. We got A.A. Ron from I Had to Say It podcast. We got Mr. Christopher DeMars. We got Z Palmer. We have Roy Spalding. Roy with an S, not Roy with a P. We have JoJo, our girl from down under. We have Kaylee Norris and Miss Natasha A. from the great state of Washington, and the OG crew member, Melissa Holstein. Appreciate y'all a lot. Guess we'll start out with this bitch I got. It bothers me every time I do see it. Yesterday in particular, even more. We had like torrential freaking rain come through here yesterday. I'm talking like bad, like flood warnings. Wind was blowing its ass off. I think it was a hurricane or something coming through. Well, went and picked up my food from the place I get it from. It's a pre-prepared. I didn't do it last week. I guess I got spoiled. I don't have to think about cooking, cleaning, any of that shit. You just put it in the microwave, heat it up, and you eat it. So I went and picked the food up for the week. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. Bam, got her some stuff. and she had to stop at the I used to be Dollar Tree to pick up some stuff that she uses and throws, disposable stuff she uses with doing cups and her t-shirt stuff. So I waited in the vehicle in the Jeep for her because it was raining and I didn't want to get out, and so I pulled up in the handicap part right there. She jumped out and I backed up into a normal spot. I'm waiting. Well, this pickup truck pulls up into the handicap spot. They only have one right there. It's not a real big parking lot. Well, it had the handicap sticker on the license plate and stuff, like a veteran's plate. So anyway, they're hee-hawing around in the vehicle. Older truck. Anyway, this other vehicle pulls up. Got a white Honda Pilot or some shit like that on there. You know, it's just sitting there. It's like blocking the entrance thing. It's just sitting there. It's sitting there. I'm watching this woman. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, she's waiting for the other person to move out the handicap spot. I'm thinking they just pulled in. They're not gonna leave. So they don't. She's bitching. Excuse me. She's bitching in her car. I'm watching her. You know. So she pulls in next to the truck. Still in the handicap area, but it's not a handicap parking spot. It's the extra blue lined area for like wheelchair accessible vans and stuff like that, where she pulls and parks in there. Well, she gets out of her vehicle. Now she has a handicap thing also. She gets out of her vehicle and she goes into the store very briskly to keep from getting wet. This woman looked no near fucking handicapped to me. Then the other lady gets out the truck. She didn't look handicapped either. She looked perfectly fine. So this when she comes out to get her wall stuff. This bitch is running. Look like she run faster than me. Not handicapped. Neither one of them were fucking handicapped. Which that shit like that pisses me the hell off to no end. Well, I know, like some people say, well, maybe they're not handicapped. Maybe they have somebody that maybe their husband's handicapped, or maybe this person's handicapped. Well, that's fine. That's good. Totally fine. I understand. But no one was in the vehicle with them. So my deal is this: if you're in a vehicle, let me say if I used one of my in-laws' vehicles, which my mother-in-law's classified as handicapped, but I'm going to the store in her car. It was just me. She has handicap tags. I'm not going to park in the handicap section or handicap parking thing just because it's got the tag saying I can, because I'm a fat lazy fuck and don't want to have to walk. Because that's basically what it comes down to, is these people are fucking lazy. That's the only thing I can figure, lazy and entitled. It pisses me off. I do. We'll go right around Walmart parking lot and stuff where I work, and we catch them, we'll write them tickets. I can't stand that shit. Because then you have somebody that really is handicapped and can't park because you got a person like this that's fucking lazy. I got this woman. She's a very attractive lady. She parks in the handicap parking where she works. And they had told her that she couldn't stop parking there. Just, Well, then a couple days later, she shows up with a handicap placard. She parks there every day. And trust me, this woman's not handicapped whatsoever. Lazy. What happens if somebody comes that is handicapped and needs it? Well, they can't park there now because it's being taken up by somebody that just thinks they deserve it because they don't think they should have to walk across the parking lot. So anyway, if you're using one of people's cars and it's got handicap plates, don't park in a handicap thing if you're not the one handicapped and they're not with you. Don't be that kind of prick. Because I mean, it's just don't do that. I mean, it's fucked up. They got enough of these fucked up people out there doing it already. I mean, anyway, if you would like to, if anybody wants to see this lady, of where she parked, how she parked, and her running in and out of her vehicle and stuff like that, you'll have to join the Patreon as a crew member, because I will be putting that video up later, because I did videotape her ass while I was sitting there. I'll be putting that on the Patreon, along with a video I shot today at the parade. Some people were walking in front of me who were trying to escort out. It's quite interesting also. But you have to join up to see the video. Really, I hadn't been, had a couple crashes this past week. Stuff like that. Nothing major, which I'll knock on some wood. Because that's always a good thing. Don't make for good stories, but it's a whole lot safer for me, other law enforcement people, and the general public in general, right? We don't need people getting hurt or something like that. So the next little thing I want to talk about is they got a local lawmaker, if he's a representative or what. Let's see if I can find his name. Y'all know we have talked about, or I have talked about we've had a lot of police chases and stuff lately. And of course, we had them 2 girls got killed and stuff like that. And they got this lawmaker. Let's see if I can find his name. He has put in some law. It says he's not wanting to stop the police from chasing people, but wants to hold law enforcement more responsible. Pretty sure we're responsible. Basically, what he's done to do is make it where the cops aren't going to chase because of this crap. Hopefully, it won't pass. But basically, he's saying that if anybody gets hurt or killed, that the police are going to be held responsible for it. That's saying even if the bad guy hits and kills somebody, from what I'm understanding, I haven't read it, but it would hold the police still responsible. To me, this is complete bullshit. If you want to make it, maybe make it worse on the criminal instead of the law enforcement, maybe they won't run. Because all this is going to do is make it where everybody's going to run, or a lot more people will run from the police because of this instead of less, thus making it still more dangerous. I don't see his name. They just chased a 19-year-old and stuff like that, and they caught him. They're saying nobody got hurt and no wrecks or nothing, but it's like, it just goes to show it was dangerous. And of course, they had some dill weed on there. They found the stupidest motherfucker they can. Like saying, he's like, oh, yeah, it's very dangerous, and kids could have been out and all this stuff like that. This dude, I don't think they were covered. This motherfucker chunked a gun and shit off the Mississippi River Bridge and some other stuff. I'm willing to bet money that gun had a body or 2 on it. That's why he was trying to get rid of it. I don't know if he throw it in Mississippi River, good chance he'll never get it. I'm willing to bet that gun had bodies on it. But they called them incident free besides the running and stuff like that, and there wasn't no traffic accidents or anything like that. And what gets me is the amount of chases that they do have, and we do have and stuff like that. I'm thinking 90 to 95% do not end up in any type of crash or any civilians or anything else like that getting hurt or killed. Problem is these fucking politicians, when they take one little thing and blow it up. Yes, it's tragic. Them two little girls they died. Kaufman, he quit. He's being charged. He's gonna, everything was done. This guy's trying to make it where the cops aren't going to want to chase nobody. Instead of making it where the criminal won't run, let's make it where the cops won't chase. Of course, he's a Democrat. They're all about they're all about the criminals. They love the criminals. I love these politicians that make laws up and shit like this. It's because they're saying they doing this bullshit. I know why you're doing it, buddy. I think you're a Democrat, and I know why you're doing it. These politicians need to stay in their own lanes. They don't know dick about law enforcement. He could jump on the back of these two little girls that got killed and fucking try to pass this bill that's going to make it easier on criminals instead of making it worse. Like I said, you run from the cops, you don't kill anybody, you don't hurt nobody, and you get caught, 5 years mandatory prison, flat, no good time. You're gonna do 5 years flat. I don't care if you run from the cops. I don't care if it was just because you had a suspended driver's license. We catch you because you ran. I get a guilty verdict. I get a guilty verdict on you. 5 years flat just for running. Now, if you're running, I'm talking about in a car, not on foot now. If you're running from the police in a car and you cause an accident and somebody gets hurt, automatic 20 years. You get found guilty, 20 years, flat. No good time, no probation, no parole. 20 fucking years flat. You run from police in a car, you cause an accident, people get killed. Life. Period. Natural life. To me, that might make the bad guy think, yeah, it's gonna pull over right here. Oh, I got a little forgery warrant for writing a hot check or something. Because even if they get a year or 2 years on that check or whatever they did, they still get good time, good chance they get a parole. But if they decide they're gonna run, and somebody gets hurt, even if somebody don't get hurt, they decide they're gonna run in that car and they know when they eventually get caught, they're looking at 5 fucking years flat. They might just pull the fuck over. But politicians don't think like that. They want to make it more difficult on the law enforcement end of it, not on the bad guy end. But this is what people keep fucking electing in these areas. Hopefully the shit don't pass. They tell him to go pound rocks. He's trying to play off the backs of these two little girls that got killed. Try to play the sympathy card. It's tragic, yes. Dr. Don't make it more difficult for us as it is. I mean, that's just freaking ridiculous. Next thing, local, and then I saw, I'm going to show some videos also on the Patreon on this too. Like in Chicago, is Walmart is like shutting down all kind of Walmarts in Chicago. I think they do it in Portland and stuff like Seattle. I'm talking like, closing them up, closing shop. Walmart shutting the fuck down, closing up. Of course, some of these areas are hollering and screaming about it. It's not fair. It's not right. Oh, it's racist. The reason they are closing these stores is because they're not making no money or losing money, like shit tons of it. Well, there's always people in the store. Yeah, the problem is most of them ain't paying for nothing. They're stealing it. They're robbing them blind. I mean, fucking Whole Foods in Chicago had to shut down because the people were just going up in there and eating the food and leave it. I think it's kind of funny. Because isn't that what some people want, the socialists? Just everything should be free. Well, guess what? We don't live in that thing. Walmart is for an at-profit company. These people are like bitching, oh, they face Walmart's wrong. And Walmart is, even though I hate Walmart, but Walmart has businesses and it does business to create a profit. Well, if they're not creating a profit at any store, they're going to close it because it's just costing them money. When the people are stealing more merchandise than what money is coming in, yeah, they're going to close it. And that's what's going on in these places. These big blue areas. They get robbed to the point they're being stole from so much to the point it's just putting them out of business. And these people, by these other people crying, well, if you do have the old lady, I mean, where's she going to shop now? But you know what? Blame the governor, blame the mayor in these areas. It's not Walmart's fault. It's your politicians' fault. It's your police chiefs. Because it's your district attorneys. Because they changed the fucking laws where you can't even arrest them. Well, if they know they're not going to get arrested for it, they don't fucking care. They don't care to get a ticket for it. They'll go in. So people are robbing more than what the businesses are taking in. Walmart cannot stay open in business by giving shit away. Kind of like how I tell people that go gamble. I'm not a gambler. I work too hard for my money to take a chance like that, and most of the time you're going to lose. Think about it. I tell people this all the time. Do you think all these casinos would be open if they were in the business of giving away money? Nah. The odds are way against you. You're playing with your. I don't play with my money like that. I'll spend it but I'll get a tangible something back from it. I can see what I got from it, not just from the sheer fact of I hear them. When I used to work the bingo halls and stuff like that. The old lady was like, "Oh, I won a $10,000 blackout." Well, woman, I've seen your ass in here every night for 2 fucking years. You spent $25,000 to win 10. The math don't work out right. You're still 15 in the hole. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought. I apologize, but politicians need to stay in their lane. We'll stay in our lanes. But obviously that's not going to work. Now, Democrats love to say it. Don't ever let a good tragedy go to waste. And he's beating this one to death, trying to get his fucking law passed so he can show to all his constituents in his big blue crime-ridden area. Look, I got it fixed where the cops aren't even going to chase you now, so you can just break the law and just do whatever the fuck you want. And then they're going to be crying because this is getting stolen, or this is happening, or you're getting carjacked, or this, and they're going to take off in the car, and the cops will be like, all right, well, we'll get the license plate and file a report for you so you can let your insurance company know. Hopefully you got full coverage, but sorry, they refuse to stop, so let them go. Because what department wants to be responsible for every little thing? Nothing. Make the bad guy responsible. Make the bad guy responsible. That's not going to happen. Well, it's going to be it for this evening. I am going to be switching over to the Patreon, and me and host there, if he's able to, I want to do like a little bullshit session, basically just us talking. I'll have the videos up and the pictures of the stuff that I talked about on this one also. If anybody's interested in that, everybody be safe out there. Watch your back. Watch your partner's back. Everything keeps getting worse. Remember, we are not sheepdogs. We're lions. And, till at least Wednesday, if not sooner.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm